Dear colleagues, your attention are invited to a research paper on the topic, Current State and Prospects of Red Mud, Utilization, a Review. The work was carried out by scientific and pedagogical workers of the Department of Ferrous Metallurgy and Foundry Production of Kryvyi Rih National University. Global alumina production in 2012 to 2021. Red mud is a byproduct of alumina production, the main product of which, alumina, is used to produce aluminium. An increase in aluminium production means an increase in alumina and red mud production. The diagram shows the growth dynamics of alumina production for 2012 to 2021. The yield of red mud per ton of alumina produced is about 1.2 tons. Consequently, in 2022, 168 million tons of red mud were produced. Environmental disaster in Hungary. Due to the lack of efficient sludge processing technology, it is stored in sludge storage facilities. They occupy a large area, pollute the environment, and pose a threat of environmental disaster in the event of a breakthrough in the wall of the slurry storage facility. An example of such a case is the environmental disaster in Hungary in 2010. At a large alumina production plant, a dam containing a reservoir of toxic waste collapsed. Thus, approximately 1.1 million cubic meters of toxic substance, red mud, leaked. The disaster affected an area of 40 square kilometers in 3 regions. 10 people became victims of the accident. Methods of red mud dewatering. Red mud comes out of alumina production as a pulp that requires dewatering. There are 4 known methods of sludge dewatering: physical, thermal, chemical and dilution with other components, which are presented in the diagram. The most effective method is the physical filtration method using filter presses. Scheme of pilot plant. A diagram of a pilot plant with a capacity of 20,000 tons per year using a filter press is presented on slide 5. The plant consists of 3 technological sections. At the lime and limestone preparation site, they are crushed together with control screening according to the 3 mm class. The red mud pulp filtration section is equipped with a washing machine, into which a crushed mixture of lime and limestone is supplied, and a filter press, a warehouse area for finished products, from where they are supplied to the construction industry. Positive test results on this installation served as a basis for the construction of a shipping complex designed for the full capacity of the alumina plant. A new process for red mud processing. Slide 6 shows the scheme of one of the variants of the technology of pyrometallurgical processing of red mud. It includes production of carbon-containing pellets from sludge and semi-coke, their reduction roasting, smelting of reduced pellets in an electric arc furnace to produce metal and desulfurizing flux. Use of red mud as a catalyst for chemical energy production. The presence of many valuable metals in red mud makes it a suitable catalyst for energy production through processes such as pyrolysis, hydrotreating, transesterification and hydrogen production from biomass and other feedstocks. The red mud catalyst is prepared by acid treatment or active metal doping, calcination reduction ACT. This is demonstrated by the diagram on slide 7. Scheme for co-processing red mud and oily mill scale. An example of a hydrometallurgical process for processing red mud is the technology of joint leaching of red mud and oily mill scale, the scheme of which is presented on slide 8. Leaching is carried out for 2 hours, at temperature 90 to 100 degrees Celsius, and a ratio of solid to liquid as 1:4. Scheme is characterized by a closed water cycle with compensation for moisture losses with sediment and waste filtrate. The technological scheme, in addition to the operations presented on slide 8, includes treatment of oily scale with industrial water, sedimentation of the pulp with drainage of the upper oil layer and subsequent activation of the pulp, oil utilization by dewatering and filtration, processing of the pulp with separation of washed dewatered scale in a centrifuge, transportation of the scale for co-processing with red mud. Introduction of washed scale into the reactor with red mud is performed at the mass ratio of scale and mud in the mixture, which meets the requirements of the subsequent conversion of the solid filtration product, that is blast furnace process. Key findings: due to the lack of effective technology for processing red mud, 95% of this product is stored in sludge storage facilities, which occupy large areas and harm the environment. At the same time, sludge is a valuable technogenic metallurgical raw material. The processing of sludge pulp is complicated by high-content moisture and alkali. Technology using filter presses is effective for sludge dewatering, and lime is used to separate alkali. It is advisable to combine thermal sludge cleaning with chemical processes for extracting valuable components. The most promising for industrial implementation is complex waste-free processing of red mud, which involves, at the first stage, the pyrometallurgical extraction of thermodynamically extractable metals, and at the second stage, the hydrometallurgical extraction of the remaining metals from the slag, with the subsequent direction of the remaining solid materials to the construction industry. Conclusion: the report is finished. Thank you for your attention.